Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Sadia Siddiqui, founder and creative director of Mustang Productions, on the show with me. Sadia, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Lovely to be here.
All right, Sadia, give us a background on you. You've got a wonderful bio here, but I want you to bring out the high points to our audience, and then I've got lots of questions for you.
Sure. Just a brief bio about myself. I was born and raised in Pakistan. I then moved to England, and I was in England for a good 15 to 20 years. I have, I started my family in England. I have two wonderful children. By profession, I'm a creative director and a branding consultant. So I not only advise brands about how to engage audiences, but I also produce and direct shows.
All right. How did you decide you were going to create Fashion Parade? How did that come about?
So Fashion Parade was really a passion project for myself. I've done a lot of work in fashion. I also, in the last 3 years, directed the biggest fashion week in Pakistan, PFDC Sunsilk and L'Oreal Fashion Week. And I understood South Asian couture. I just felt that, having lived in England for all this time and now living in New York, in England, I felt that perceptions about Pakistan were very dated. And Pakistan has an amazing and vibrant fashion industry, which is doing so well. And a lot of people didn't know about what was happening in Pakistan. And I also felt that if we have to project what's happening in Pakistan in the West, we should do it in a very unique way. It should be done at extremely high standards. And I felt Fashion Parade was a platform to celebrate diversity in fashion, to celebrate our culture, to celebrate our heritage, and the beautiful artisanal craft that Pakistan and India both have.
Now, you chose New York for this Fashion Parade. Why?
New York chose me. Because I actually moved to New York last year from London. And, while I was in London, I always knew that, New York is one of the fashion capitals in the world. I would love to come to New York and do something here. But living in London, I felt logistically it won't be possible to do it in New York. And, my husband works with Bank of America. He moved to New York. And as a family, we relocated. And I thought, that what better place to celebrate diversity in fashion, but in New York. So I decided to, create Fashion Parade for the US market.
What about the rest of the world? What are your plans moving forward?
Well, I have lots of plans moving forward, but what I wanted to do was, for me, I want to see what the reaction for Fashion Parade is going to be in New York. Fashion Parade is a diversity-based initiative. I have a wonderful partner in this event, my advisor Raja Jawad Akram, who's been amazing to help me put this together in New York, because he's a New Yorker. I want to see what the reactions are here in New York, but I think in the long run, what I would like to do is take Fashion Parade global and do it in different parts of the world. I would also like to not only showcase South Asian designers, but also to start targeting designers outside South Asia and at Asia and large. So that is one of the ideas that we are right now thinking about. But for the time being, I want to see how America embraces Fashion Parade on the 27th of August at Christie's this year.
This is not your first venture in entrepreneurialism. Give us some color on the background of you and some of the other industries that you've been in, because I don't think fashion is the only thing you've done. Am I right?
No, it's not the only thing that I've done. You know, my late father, Mr. Mujib Siddiqui, he did pass away when I was only 16 years old. But I must say, I feel it was a privilege to be his daughter. He was an entrepreneur. He had a removal business called Express Movers. And when I was a child, my father would always take me to these different business conferences along with my sister. And he used to say, the best education is meeting people from all around the world and interacting with them and learning cultures from all around the world and understanding where they come from. And this is how you will become a global citizen, if you meet people from all around the world, not just in Pakistan. So by the time I was 15, I had 3 passports. I traveled the whole world. After he passed away, I felt that though I loved fashion, I felt I should do a business degree, and I did my MBA from University of London. Following that, I entered I wanted to join his business, which I did, and I was doing really well. I was handling all his international marketing. Um, I think I wanted to do it because I missed him. And by nature, I'm a more creative person, and I was always inclined towards the creative industry. But just like any daughter, I wanted his legacy to continue. So I wanted to continue doing what he was doing. And but I got married. I moved to London, and I thought to myself, okay, what would I like to do now? And I'm passionate about my country. I'm passionate about Pakistan. I'm passionate about our culture. And I just felt that there were no Asian modeling agencies in London at that time, South Asian modeling agencies. And I felt there's so much, this tremendous beauty in this region. And so my first entrepreneurial venture was I opened a modeling agency in London, and I ran that for 7 years till I decided to do other things.
Give us some insight in being a creative director for Fashion Parade. What's your day like?
So my day lately has been insane because the show is around the corner. We are 2 weeks away, and I work round the clock. We have a complete global team working on Fashion Parade. So I have Saima in London, and I have Imran and Usman in Islamabad. In Lahore, and I have teams here in the U.S. Val is here, Nadine is here. So we have teams all around the world. We are working at different time zones. I have to be up at most times because I have to be up for Pakistan timing and for American timing and for London timing. It's hard because I'll be honest with you, I have found New York to be probably the toughest places to create a show of this caliber. I think I've had to unlearn what I learned in London and understand how things are done here in the US. They're quite different. And it's been a learning curve. But on another note, I feel that America is truly a place where you can build a dream. And if you make people relate to the dream and understand what it is, they embrace it with open arms. And that kind of reception I have not had before. So I'm actually very, very excited about hosting this event in New York because I think that wonderful opportunities will come for South Asia through this event. And I really want to change the narrative about this region.
Now, is that the main impact you want to have for Fashion Parade in the excuse me, in the United States, or is there a further impact that's something deep inside of you're going to bring out?
I think the impact is going to be on various levels. From first level, I think diversity right now is something that's being celebrated in the US, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud to be a part of this movement. I feel big brands like Gucci and Prada and and various other brands have now understood that they have to understand diversity and cultural appropriateness in fashion. So the movement has started. So I feel that the time is right to celebrate South Asia in the US right now. On a deeper level, there's a certain feeling of fulfillment that comes when you can help change perceptions. I feel that perceptions about Pakistan have been made, and I feel they can be unmade. And I think people like yourself and myself have a big role to play in that. And really, I feel what we only need to do is educate the audience. And once you show them our capability and the amazing art, culture, and heritage that comes from this region, because I feel art and culture is something that transcends all boundaries. And I think perceptions are definitely going to change. So, and from a creative role, from a creative angle, I just love to create beautiful, amazing, stunning projections about this region.
Beautiful. Sadia, thank you so much for being a guest on today's show. Now, don't hang up after this interview. I have a couple of people I want to introduce to you.
Sure.
All right, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.